sideways, we straight shootin'. Podcast for the upper class, this dialogue for real. And when the race is on, the events occurring and the crew has no chill. So watch out how you talk to kids. Watch this pretty girl that don't play. The mastermind and the mouthpiece is John Q and Dre. Hey, we straight shootin' for the east side. We straight shootin' for the west. We straight shootin' for the whole city. That's what we do best. Straight shootin'. Straight shootin'. Straight shootin'. Straight shootin'. Load it up, keep the aim right, no sideways. We straight shootin'. We straight shootin'. Straight shootin'.
What up, though?
What up, Joe? Hey.
We in it again. The Str8 Shoot'n podcast, right back at you.
Second episode.
I am DRE.
I am John Q.
It's your girl Keys.
And comedian Detroit Red, whose name is not in the intro song, but we'll talk about that after the show.
Yeah, we got you. We got you.
We'll fix it.
Yeah, we definitely gonna
Excuse us for coming on late. We had a little bit of technical difficulties in the building.
Yeah, I think the guy that's running everything and shit and fucked around and smoked some crack or something today.
So, the engineer on, yeah.
He do have that crackish look, don't he?
You know.
Good guy.
We're glad y'all tuned in today. We got a special guest in the building by the name of Jeff Horst, comedian from Detroit. We're going to get to him in a second. But before we get started, I'd like to know how everybody weekend went.
Man, to be honest with you, man, I had a long weekend, man. I just want to say rest in power, rise in power to my cousin Colors, man. You know,
Rest in peace. Right.
And I had a nice little long
Rest in
one,
peace.
You know, I just want to say what's up to everybody, man. Hey, spread some love around right now.
Condolences to you and the family, Q.
Thanks,
Yes,
man.
sir.
Thanks,
Yes, sir.
Definitely. My weekend was okay until I got a toothache, so y'all know how that go.
Quit eating that candy.
That toothache murdered my whole weekend, so.
Damn.
A toothache will make the strongest man cry,
Oh,
so.
absolutely. I think it's worse than childbirth.
Tooth hurts be a motherfucker. They do hurt.
Hell yeah.
Especially them wisdom teeth.
Absolutely.
So, yeah. What about you, Ray? How was your weekend?
It was great. I got to watch Dante Wilder get his ass whooped.
Homo.
He
He did get his ass whooped.
He was like a
Very
Sealy California Queen mattress the way he let that boy lay on him.
Yeah, I don't. He might be done for. Cause
Yeah, he might want to go ahead and hang it up.
because he.
That's
Nah.
something new.
Listen, you know you got your ass whooped when your ear is bleeding. Your
Yeah.
mouth ain't even bitch your
Every
ear.
time he fight, that motherfucker, his ear bleeding.
He got the weakest eardrums in the fucking market.
Like, can you hear me now? Apparently not.
So our topic for today is what we going with?
We're going
double
with double
standards.
standards. Yeah, we're going with double
We'll
standards.
get into that a little bit later, and we're going to discuss the Dave Chappelle situation. But right now, I want to bring on our guest. Jeff Horst is in the building, y'all.
What's up, Jeff?
What's up, Jeff?
What's up, man?
Are you there, Jeff?
Hey,
Hey,
What's going
Hey,
on?
how
What's
you
going
doing?
on?
all the way
I'm
from
here.
California.
How's it going, man?
Yep.
You say
Doing
yep,
good.
yep.
You know, making
Yeah.
the best of things. Making the best of things. Rest in peace as well. There's a Detroit comedian, originally from Cleveland, but Ricardo Flanagan, who
Yes.
just passed
Yeah,
recently.
rest in peace.
So,
Rest in
Rest
peace.
in peace, man.
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
unfortunately, too many people.
Yeah,
Too many
you're
people,
right.
man. I don't know what the hell is going on, but the shit gotta
Corona.
stop, you know?
So you're going to be here in a couple days, right? For a show?
Yep. I'll be here Thursday night, and then I have a show, 2 shows Friday, 2 shows Saturday at Burt's.
Where are you performing at?
At Burt's.
At Burt's? Okay, Burt's.
At
Okay.
Burt's, yeah. There's a new club called Funny Detroit that they have at in Burt's Warehouse.
Okay.
Okay,
Or
so
in the East
I mean,
Market or something. Okay, good. All right.
Yeah, they've been around probably 2 years now.
Okay.
The pandemic kind of threw their lineup off.
Okay.
Kind
Who
of slowed
you
things down, yeah.
Who you down there with this weekend, Jeff?
Me and Dwayne Perkins.
Okay.
We're it's like a co-headlining weekend.
That's going to be a fire show right there. Dwayne and Jeff both funny as hell.
right.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, well, come on now. You know, I'm going to give you your props, even though you left us here in Detroit and don't call back no more. But we'll talk about that off the line.
I was about to say, let me ask you something real quick. Who are like your top 5 comedians that you like? You know, that you like to personally, you know.
Man, I feel like that list just changes for me all the time because there's just so many comedians that have so much of a body of work that it's like you can just change it. Like Chappelle's always been my favorite.
Okay.
I feel like within the last couple of years, I started listening to Patrice like again, and then I
Patrice
realized
O'Neal.
just how
Rest in peace.
just how damn funny Patrice O'Neal was.
Okay.
And for me, Patrice Patrice, Dave Chappelle, and Louis C.K. are probably the 3 that have always just made me laugh the most.
Okay.
If that's the only thing I'm judging.
Yeah, that's a hell of a lineup.
You know, you ain't heard a lot out of Louis C.K. since he had his little council culture run in.
Yeah.
You know, that's the new thing.
Oh
now,
yeah,
as an entertainer.
he just went across the world.
Oh yeah, did he? Yeah, he had to leave here after they tried to
went to
cancel
Europe.
culture his
Trying
ass.
to cancel.
Yeah.
And we'll touch bases on that in
They're
a
like,
little
they didn't
bit,
cancel
'cause-
me in Europe. So.
Right.
So how did you get on the Kevin Hart specials?
The first show, Heart of the City, pretty much what they had set up was they were finding different black markets in the United States and just finding somebody to kind of have like an audition or just various shows that were all filmed, and then they just watched all the films and kind of just picked who they liked out of that. So I did the Detroit audition and luckily got it, and that show went well. And then from that, I got to do the next Kevin Hart show, which was it was called The Next Level, and that was a half-hour special that he like had a one-on-one interview with me beforehand.
Oh, okay.
Hey Jeff, why don't you tell the people a little bit about how you started and where you originated from?
So I'm born and raised. I'm from Southfield, Michigan, and 8 Mile and Evergreen. So I was just on the Southfield side, and yeah. So right at 8 and Evergreen, you guys know, Detroit's on one side of the street and Southfield's on the other. So I kind of, I still felt the connection with Detroit. Still had a lot of family and friends in Detroit and Southfield back and forth. So doing comedy, that was just kind of where I was the most comfortable to start with. Everybody's nervous and not really that good to start with. But I just felt more comfortable in the black comedy rooms because it kind of just felt more like my peers from school.
Okay.
Where when I was doing all the white rooms, it was like, I don't know, country music, they hate it if I make fun of it. Everything I wanted to make fun of, they just got too offended by. So I eventually had to learn, I had to adapt for the white rooms. It took me a few more years.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Right. So I know we got a comedian that's a host on here. I'm pretty sure you guys know each other, Detroit Red.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we done did some road shows together in the midst of winter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I guess my question, I got a question to both of y'all actually. Being a comedian, like, do you pull a lot from real life, or do most of your material come from just situations you see?
Jeff, you take that first.
I'd say my favorite jokes are the ones that I'm pulling from real life that are just more stories and experiences that I've had. But I still do have just regular observational jokes that I'll write down of just kind of shorter jokes of just things that I notice, play on words and things. Like I still have like a wide collection of things I find funny, but the stuff that that has kind of been more the staples of my sets have been the ones where I'm pulling from direct stories that I've had. I feel like those are the harder ones for other people to repeat. Those are the more unique jokes. So the ones that are unique to you specifically.
Okay.
I have to concur on that. In my life, I say it all the time, life is the biggest joke. So everything I talk about is true to life. It's real. It's going to be relative. People don't understand this. What makes comics a little bit more unique in what we do is that we say the things that other people are going through, but won't say.
Right.
So when they get to hear us express these things and put humor to it, it allows them to not only laugh at us, but to laugh at themselves. Mm-hmm. So I've always found the realer, truer the life it is, the better and more relative it's going to be, the funnier it's going to be.
Right. Jeff, I have a question. Who was the funniest comedian you have ever toured with?
I've ever toured with. I'm probably going to sound biased because it's a good friend of mine, but to this day, consistently, nobody's ever made me laugh, or I've seen make others laugh as well as Josh Adams.
Okay.
He's a very good friend of mine, so it probably sound biased, but I've just never seen anybody consistently, white, black, young, old, church, bar, just be able to work a room, all crowd work, jokes, however he wants to do it, as well as him.
So that's a big fuck you, Red. No.
I'm used to that in this game. 23 years into the month. It's been the same way since I started.
You didn't say top 10 list, or
No, we know. We just messing with.
Hey, Jeff, they got to get me now because I talk so much shit before the show starts.
He does. He talks shit to everybody.
Yeah, I'm surprised his teeth is not brown.
They are. I just don't smile.
So I got a quick question for you, Jeff. What's you see what's going on with Dave after the last special he just did? What's your opinion on the culture that's trying to cancel him and the effect that he having on the industry right now with that?
Yeah, I think it's funny that when people even suggest, or ask the question canceled is just kind of almost hilarious to me, because so far nobody's been canceled from just at his level of fame. Nobody's been canceled from just their opinions. It's been something they did that was messed up. Like I can't think of anybody that just said something that people disagree with at his level of fame that got canceled. He's got too much support from all of the celebrities. You know what I mean? Like if everybody fucks with you, it's kind of impossible to
Absolutely.
get canceled. You're gonna have other avenues. So yeah. I just think that a lot of people are looking at the perspective wrong. It's like I think that the special was hilarious, but even at the end of the day, even if some of the things he said were offensive, I just think we're walking down a slippery slope to expect a person to have to be perfect in order for it to be accepted, especially if somebody's heart's in the right place. Because then it's like, then where do we stop? We all shop at Walmart. We all got clothes that support, child labor. Where are we all eating meat? That's animal abuse. We all got to be some vegan, church going, thrift store shop. Like what level? What at some point there's always a level where we can be better people. And so I think that if we just look at his good and bad, it's like overwhelmingly he does more good for the community and for society. Yeah. Even if the things that he's saying are homophobic, and I'm like, of course I'm not supporting homophobia, but I don't think that we should let any one characteristic be now you're a bad person because you have these beliefs.
My thing is comedy.
Right.
He make jokes about everybody from black, white, how women, man, all over. So why you do take offense to one certain thing or one group of people, whereas everyone else he makes jokes about just laughs at it.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, everybody can get it. You know what I mean? And that's I think is the best thing about comedy. Like nobody is off limits. Like, that's the whole point of comedy. Like it should be no limit at all. You know what I mean? You're going to offend some people, but stuff that probably going to offend some people is probably going to make everybody else laugh. So, like you said, where is the cutoff?
There's normally no limit except for the LGBT community.
Well, I'm going to be honest.
There's normally no limit.
Mm-hmm.
It's no limit for artists that is practicing the craft, period, because we're creating art. And everybody art, like Dave said, is to be interpreted by each individual the way they want. And I say that to ask you this, Jeff. Since you've been in California, have you found yourself having to fall into a certain lane or whatever to continue to pursue what you're doing?
I wouldn't say. I still do what I want, but that's also because I'm pretty stubborn. But I've seen situations where I feel like something might be a little bit easier if I were to. The objective is to make the audience laugh, not the comedians.
Right.
People, you want the respect. You want the respect from other comedians, but not at the expense of making nobody but the comedians laugh. Now you're just pandering to 12 people in the back of the room.
Right.
So, one thing I've noticed in LA is that it's known for being so liberal that sometimes what some comedians feel is edgy is just saying the worst things possible. And so sometimes some people might put me in the category as like preaching or, trying to be some woke hero. Like and so that can be frustrating when I'm like, no, these are still jokes. People still laugh when I say it, just because I'm not. Gonna just be the white guy that says the N-word in the, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what they just say the opposite of bad things, because that's what edgy is different in different markets. Right. So out here, edginess is being a Republican.
Well, we appreciate you coming on, Jeff, taking the time out and speak with us.
Thanks a lot, man.
I know you're busy, and
absolutely,
it's a lot.
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate it anytime, man. I'm grateful to you for other things with the Jason stuff and things of that nature. So
yeah, we definitely gonna be looking forward to looking for more material from you and stuff like that.
And then you want to plug your show one more time?
Yeah,
where people can find you.
Sure. Yeah, you guys can. I'll be at Funny Detroit. It's at Bert's Warehouse. You can go to funnydetroit.com to get tickets. 2 shows this Friday, 2 shows this Saturday, and I'm also just at Jeff Horst on all social media. JEFFHORSTE, and YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all that.
Well, we appreciate it again.
Yeah, we appreciate it, man.
Everybody give up a hand for Jeff Horst taking his time
thank
to come kick it with us on Str8 Shoot'n.
We appreciate it.
Hey, look, brother, in comedy, I'm going to tell you, I shouldn't have to be on the podcast to hear from your ass. I know you done got that Hollywood star.
Or Facebook. Be sure to check us out. We're defined by class. And we're also, we're opening a store soon, downtown Detroit. So be on the lookout for that.
Oh, that's what's up. Brick and mortar next. That's what's up.
Yeah. And then the other sponsor is Gym Animal Muscle Gang. That is my apparel. I can be reached at Facebook and also Instagram. Website is on the way. So be looking forward to getting your hoodies, your tees, your tanks, your polos, yoga pants, and everything, when it comes to workout apparel, and just support, come check me out.
And I'm going to tell y'all, he not one of them dudes with a beer gut and no muscles promoting athletic wear. He actually works out. So.
Thank you.
So right now, we're going to get into today's topic, double standards. If you would like to call in on the topic as we're talking, the number is 248-690-5996. Again, that's 248-690-5996. So let's pop it off like this. We'll get into the Dave stuff in a second. Double standards as far as men and women. Double standards as far as religion, everything of that nature. Is double standards exist in a lot of things out here in the world. So we want to piggyback on that for a minute and just talk about how y'all feel about the situations with double standards.
I mean, it's double standards, man. It's some bullshit, to be honest with you. You have, when it comes to, say, even the criminal justice system, it was a case out in Florida where it was one guy that was a white guy. He was 19 years old. He committed, say, a armed robbery. He ended up getting like 2 years in a county. There was another guy that was black, committed the same thing. He had the same kind of misdemeanor prior, and they sentenced him, same judge, same courtroom, same city, 26 years.
Unbelievable.
Unfucking believable. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, the double standards, we see it all the time when it comes to the criminal justice system, you know. And the thing is, it's like, when are people going to be fed up? You know, when are things going to actually change to where, you know, we see that a system is not for a certain group of people, right? Mm-hmm. And they want the same group of people to abide by these same laws. But it's like, well, if the shit don't, you know, work for that group of people, why should that group of people participate? Mm-hmm. You know? So if you want me to be the actual, like, a citizen or whatever, then treat the same group of people and everybody, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to the justice system equally. You know, that's the whole problem, you know what I'm saying, that I see when it comes to, say, double standards, when it comes to, you know, the criminal justice system. Now, when it comes to any other thing and stuff, you know, like, you know, I mean, well, you see it all the time. You'll see in football right now, okay? So you got what's his name? Urban Meyer, okay? So you see, you know, a lot of people know about Urban Meyer, the things that was going on, him doing, you know, some you know, behavior issues and stuff like that. So he still have a job. Now, if it was anybody else that did the same thing of another color, say if somebody was black or whatever, they would have been fired him, you know? So, like I said, it's all over the place. You know, you got double standards, even with a case today where we seen in Philly, you have a party bus where it's actually women, black women, painted on that bus. But it's like, okay, I say if a man was to actually make up that bus and it was made up by a woman, then it'd be a double standard. Say, oh, this guy is sick, he this, that, and other, but it's okay because a black woman actually did it. So it's, you know.
I think it's double standards in a lot of stuff. And where my issue with double standards right now, what's going on, is with, I'll give you an example with the Kyrie Irving situation.
Oh, yeah.
It's double standards because you say in this country that is freedom of speech, you have freedom of choice, everything of this nature, but yet this man is forced to take something he don't believe in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So if it's not double standards when it comes to that, why is he being forced to do this? Why is it okay for people that's the vaccinated people, they get the same perks, but if you're not vaccinated, now we're being treated as if we're outcasts and things of that nature. So I see double standards when it comes to that.
Absolutely.
Based on what you say the U.S. laws are.
Absolutely. I feel like people pick and choose when it's convenient for them. It's double standards as far as this vaccination is concerned. It's double standards as far as the criminal justice system. It's double standards as far as sexuality, men versus women. Men can have multiple partners and he get high five, you know, but a woman,
like, hey, Jeff.
Yeah, like, you the man,
hey,
but
bro.
a woman,
hey,
she immediately a hoe. So it's a lot of double standards as far as pretty much everything in the society that we live in. There's some type of double standard, but I definitely feel like the double standard is based off of what's convenient for that person at the time.
Yeah. Right. And with that, like, I agree with you. It is double standards when it comes to that with men and women. But I think it goes kind of both ways. So it's kind of, you know, we get double standards. It's some that swing more towards the men's favor, and it's some that swing more towards the women's favor. Mm-hmm. So not to go into depth too deep about it, but it is like, as a society, I think the foundation of this country is built on double standards. Mm-hmm. Like it's certain things that apply that's for a certain race of people that's not able to be done for another certain race of people. And that carries over into other things, far as business, when you're getting loans, you're getting trying to achieve certain stuff that you can't achieve simply because of who you are and what you are. So, you know, it carries over into a lot of other situations.
When it comes to, see, this is the tricky part, in my opinion. The double standards is embedded into the system. It's another tool, just like anything else they use to keep us separated, segregated, and fighting amongst and bickering with each other. because when it really comes down to it, the rich don't have a double standard. You rich, you're going to get better treatment, you're going to get better law, you're going to just get better. And so all these other things that there's been put into play is divisive tools, I feel, to keep us as a society bickering with each other over these things instead of putting our focus where it belongs, which is with the people who set these standards in the first place.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, I don't condone no bullying, I don't condone no harassment, but at the same token, I thought I was in the country of freedom of speech, not and freedom of speech until I hurt somebody's feelings.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I think once the general population gets past that fact of being used as a tool, a pawn on the chessboard for those that's really setting these standards, I think we all be able to get rid of double standards.
Yeah.
Because we human in the end.
Right.
Care what color you is, what sexual orientation you is. When the aliens come down here to abduct our asses, we human. Ain't gonna be no double standards.
And speaking of freedom of speech, what I absolutely do not, I can't stand is the freedom of speech when it comes to your preference as far as your sexuality. The double standards I feel is, let's just say, race versus sexuality. Now, we all know as far as race that there's definitely, it's completely not balanced. I mean, you can say all type of racial slurs and do racial things as far as a black person is concerned, and you damn near get a raise at the job, you get points. But if you say anything in disagreements with the LGBT community, you're completely blackballed. I mean, you can't even say I don't agree with it. You can't say anything that they consider to be offensive without there being a lynch mob after you. But as black people, we're not protected. The only way you're protected is if you're a part of the LGBT community. I feel like that is completely bullshit. I feel like it's a double standard, and it takes away from our freedom of speech.
But then, okay, are you really protected in the LGBT community if you're black? Because there's a case out there right now, okay? You have this guy named Ed Buck. This guy, Ed Buck, was a major donor for the Democratic Party, right? He had a lot of, now this guy is white.
It doesn't hold, because one thing, like Dre just said, at the end of the day, you're still black, and you're going to always be treated accordingly. So I wish that you all would keep that same energy that you have for the actual sexuality, that for the race within itself. Yeah. I think that if you had that same energy, we would be a lot more respected.
Yeah.
Yeah, and to speak on that situation with Dave Chappelle, to me, the LGBTQ community attacking him for his show, where he clearly mentioned in the show his friend
that was transgender.
Was transgender,
absolutely,
and everything that went through that. And so, based off what he said in the show, he wasn't for sure or not, but it was implied that comments from her defending him on social media, that his own community attacked him.
Yep. Because they bullies.
So you basically, y'all drove him to kill himself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But you don't want to take accountability for that.
Yep.
But you attacking Dave for making jokes.
Yeah. And what was the joke though? The joke was really it was really a fact. It was, what did he say as far as what happens if you speak against the LGBT community? Versus, what do you say as far as...
He's talking about the baby. Like, the baby went through, say, Walmart, killed somebody.
Yeah.
Hey, his career, you know what I'm saying, took off.
It's all good.
But you hurt the feelings of somebody that's of that community
now
or whatever, of the LGBT. Yeah, you get blackballed because you hurt their feelings.
Those are facts.
Yeah.
So how can you be so upset about that?
This is where I'm going to come at with this. And I did a live earlier today, and I spoke on it, and I'm pretty sure my Facebook page will be shut down by the time I get home. I'm going to say this, and this is fully from the heart of being a human being. Has nothing to do with my color orientation, my sexual orientation. I'm proud of who the fuck I am. Bottom line.
Period.
Exactly.
And whatever categories me as a person falls under, I'm going to be proud. And when you strike out at people for making factual statements and jokes that are not harmful, threatening, or causing degradation to what you are, that kind of gives me an implication you're really not as proud as you claim to be of what you are. So I'm going to say it, and a lot of people may not like it. A lot of people may love it. Excuse me, LGBT community, get your goddamn feelings off your shoulders. Take the chip down, because we are all here together. Now, you don't have to agree with my opinion, and I don't really care if you do, because we come from a country that's based off opinions and freedom of speech. Yeah. But I will defend your right to live as you want in this country, because I would hope that you would reciprocate and defend mine. And that community has shown, like Dave Chappelle said, to a touch be racist, prejudiced, and very biased.
Very biased.
Because I know plenty of no lie, this is not making this up. Back in my first 5 years of comedy, it was a transgender, Teresa Lynn, in the mainstream market. He was saving. This is before it all became, a more public thing. He was saving to get his operation. But he went on stage. He wore fully identified as a woman. He wore the business suit, the heels, the wigs, the fingernail polish. And he would sit there with heterosexual male and female comedians, talk shit, have fun. One of the coolest people I met. Mm-hmm. He was proud of what he was.
Right.
He had no problem with a joke, knowing this joke is coming out of acceptance and love of you as a human.
Absolutely.
So when you try to shut me up, when you try to shame me, when you try to make me seem like this big, hateful, evil person who can't have empathy for what you're going through, like Dave Chappelle, in the human experience, I have to really look at where you coming from.
Yeah.
Are you really proud of what you claim? Are you really proud to be who you are? Because it's not an individual on this earth can make me so shame or upset about some shit they say about me. I'm going to try to silence you.
Exactly.
Right.
So,
again, if you guys want to call in, 248-690-5996.
And comment, you know what I'm saying, on YouTube and on Facebook.
Yeah, comment on the social media sites. Again, the number is 248-690-5996.
Then also say, I would say this, look, on a lighter note, get your dick out your pussy. You know what I'm saying? How about that? Get your dick out your pussy. That's all you got to do. Get out your feelings.
If we can joke about Pookie and Ray Ray and Karen's and Josh's and all of those people and everybody laugh, then we should be able to joke about the LGBT community as well.
Yeah, because here's my thing. Comedians don't strictly point out one certain type of group of people and attack or make jokes about them. It's multiple. No. Everybody gets it. So you'll laugh if you're in the LGBT community if it's about a black joke or a white joke or anything of that. But then as soon as it's something against you guys, it's all hell is the fan.
Silence.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. I just think that goes back to a double standard thing. It should if you laughing at somebody else's humor, you should be able to laugh at your own.
But I also feel like the part of the agenda is you have to show that you're damn near part of that community, or else. Yeah. You have to show that you're a part of the community, you love the community, you standing up for the community. If you have a inch of you're not down with that, then that's what
they bully you and shit.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Exactly.
Yeah, and that's to me, that's that hidden agenda that I keep seeing.
Well, they're
pushing on everybody.
Yeah.
Well, they just have to keep bullying me because y'all fucked up with Superman's son. Y'all have been better with Batman. We was already questioning Batman. He hung out with young boys in tights. But y'all with the Superman. Come on.
Talking about, I'm Robin.
Really? You know what I think is really, really crazy? How they're trying to get their rights before black people even got ours.
They got them.
But they do, though.
They got them.
It's
A
a
black
such
man
thing.
gave it to
For
them.
them.
So here's another thing that people fail to realize. They've been had their rights. They've been had, say, a whole movement called buck breaking, and people forget about that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So when I mean about buck breaking or whatever, you know what I'm saying? We talking about, where you had sex farms, where you had a lot of, say, gay stuff going on or whatever during, say, slavery. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So people don't, they want to sweep that up under the rug, which is some bullshit. So it's like, no. How you going to attach, say, your struggle onto a whole group of people or whatever, and then, like you said, you can go ahead and play that, oh, I'm white today or whatever, if I can call the police on you if you do something that I don't like.
Mm-hmm.
If you hurt my fucking feelings, I'm going to call the police.
Yep.
And
You know
I'm
what
all
saying?
for, don't get me wrong, I'm all for them having rights.
Exactly.
They should get right and laws for them because they're still human beings at the end of the day, and they should be protected regardless to whatever. But ultimately, we don't receive the same thing as blacks.
Yeah.
We don't. That's just like if you take into account everybody that voted for Biden. I'm changing it just a tad bit, but everybody that voted for Biden, he fed y'all all what he's going to do for black people and this and that.
And then renege.
He ain't did shit. If
Gave you a
anything-
punk ass holiday. You can't even get the day off from work
right.
for.
And then if anything, he took it away. He took away funding from the HBCUs,
Yep.
where people might not like Trump, and in certain circumstances, I didn't like the motherfucker either.
Right.
But you can't say
They awful.
he did more for us,
Absolutely.
more than fucking the other people. So
Absolutely.
Yeah. But look, check this out. On a lighter note, I do have I want to touch on this or whatever. I know it's probably going to have to be continued to next week, but just check this out. As far as when it comes to double standards, just something like here, why do females feel like their pussy and shit is way more valuable than a man's penis? Like,
Because it is.
it's not.
Nah, see, that's the double
Y'all don't
standard.
value y'all
Like, because the
dicks
whole thing.
yourselves.
No, I do, but I can't speak for nobody
will
else.
agree with what-
I
I will
value
agree
mine.
with-
Claim that shit left and right. Y'all don't value
But
it.
see, that I agree with you that it is men's fault, but not for that reason. I believe it's men's fault because men are the ones who will sit back and go trick with a woman and spend
Shit,
money.
it's women that trick too, though.
Yeah, but not to the extent a man
Right.
do that. You know what I'm
Shit.
saying? It's not.
Maybe
it's
not say a
So, but this
lot.
so you put a premium on that, and then women
Premium.
took advantage of it.
premium pussy.
Basically, shit.
Are you putting up on Pump 5?
So
Get some premium pussy.
It's been going on since the beginning of time.
It has
as far
been.
as
It
women
has been, though.
And being,
But-
her being sold to the highest bidder.
But my thought, this is me and my wife just had this argument a couple weeks ago. You're not. I'm not doggone. You're not. If we're having sex, we evenly exchange it.
There
I'm
you
not
go.
about to
Man, get the fuck outta
prioritize.
here.
Give and receive.
You getting the same thing what I'm getting out of this.
Yep.
Now, if I choose to give you money for something, whatever, spoil you, that's on me.
Yeah.
But I'm not doing it based off the fact that I'm having sex with you.
Right.
It's
When
not.
did we
I'm
start
not-
feel
talking about tricking?
I don't agree with that. First of all, y'all can get women pregnant. Y'all don't have to carry babies. A woman,
that's
here's
a double standard
that's a
too,
whole,
though.
yeah, oh yeah, because at the end
listen,
of the day,
y'all can get pregnant, and if man don't want it, he ain't got no say in it.
ain't got no say. It's all on y'all.
If he wanted or don't want
Yep.
it. So that's still a double standard.
Yep.
But what I'm saying is, though, more things come out of a woman from having sex than y'all. Y'all can get y'all nut and get the fuck on. Y'all don't have to carry no babies.
Not
Y'all don't have to
necessarily,
go through
because
that.
if you get caught by the
Uh-oh, I
police
think-
after you had a kid and shit, you know what I'm saying, you gonna get locked the fuck up.
Well,
You
then
ever
take care
been
of
in
your
a
kid.
car
That won't
with
happen.
somebody and they take a wrong turn and you know it's the wrong turn and you're like, damn, he went the wrong way.
Right.
That's how I feel like this conversation
I might have
just
got some
went.
shit started already.
Before we do though, I do want to throw this in there right quick because the LGBT community always has this gripe that things are being said. So let me show the double standard here, and I'm gonna make this real quick. In the last 15, 20 years since the LGBT community has made a push, been able to get more rights, been able to be more in the open with it, I have seen every single television show that I watch, whether it's black, whether it's white, whether it's Hispanic based, include at minimum 1 to 2 gay people. You have been able to get on TV and in the major spotlight way quicker than any ethnic group has been able to. Therefore, you have induced your lifestyle into my lifestyle on a daily, regular watching basis. If you get the right to do that, I get the right to talk about you sucking dick or whatever the hell else you do.
The same way we talk about other people.
The same way. It's no different. Y'all have nothing to say when they've taken characters such as Superman, rewriting history. I'd have more respect if you created your own.
Just create your exactly.
Yeah,
and to the point,
leave my fucking cartoon characters alone. Man.
Right.
And I feel that. I feel that way about. I mean, all cartoons or whatever the case may be. Like I don't even agree with the fact of when they try to take superheroes that's been predominantly white for years and then you just make them a black person.
Or make them a woman.
I don't even that. I don't agree with that. Because just create, like you said, just create enough. It's like a black superheroes, but just create more. Yeah. Don't change, you know what I'm saying? What? Because now
I feel like I'm being forced.
I feel like it's giving me bully vibes.
And that's my whole point. Y'all want to be so angry and upset, but yet I don't have a right to voice my disagreements with a lot of what I see being forced on me. And you'd be surprised, LGBTQ community, how much more acceptance you would get being original and not forcing. Because I don't stop watching shows nowadays that I enjoy because one of the main characters turns out to be gay. I'm going to still enjoy the show and respect the fact this guy or this girl is gay. I've worked with gay people. They've supported my shows. We the best of friends. We talk. They don't press their life on me. I don't press my life on them. And we enjoy each other as people.
And that's how it should be.
When you try to restrict me, censor me, cancel culture me, what happens is you make another organic human reaction come up, which is defense. Now I have to defend myself. Now I have to go to an ugly, dark place that I really didn't want to go to because I feel like you pressing me in the corner. Quit pressing, LGBT. You're here. We accept you. We know you part of daily life. We respect your lifestyle. All this other shit needs to cease and desist. And if Netflix drops Dave Chappelle, guess what, Netflix?
They gonna get dropped.
Dropping the fuck out of your ass.
They ain't stupid. They already announced they ain't dropping him. Okay, so we about to do the shot of the day, but this time we're doing it with a twist. We're gonna do a 10-second moment of silence for the people that's been lost around the world for whatever reason it is. If you've lost loved ones, anyone close to you, we're gonna do a 10-second moment of silence. And here we go.
Like a 21 salute. Love, appreciation, gratitude.
That was longer than 10 seconds.
Is it 10 seconds up? Because that's my favorite part of the show. I've been waiting on this all day.
Woo! We're going to close the show out.
I hope y'all shooting with us. Shoot them
Red's
shots
rant.
with us. Let's go.
And then after Red's rant, we going to close the show out. And then stay tuned on Instagram Live where we do the little after party. So y'all see how the fuck we clown after the fact.
What up, dog?
So let's get into it. Here's Red's rant.
It might be right, it might be wrong, but it ain't done until Red's rant goes on. What's up, everybody? This is your boy, comedian Detroit Red. I'm coming with another one of them rants. And I'm drooling on myself. Hold on. That shot was good. Look here, this is what I'm going to say. This country was built off of the number one rule. The first rule is called the Bill of Rights, the Constitution, however you want to look at it. It's called freedom of speech. That's why this country was created. For those that don't know their history, a lot of people were persecuted for their religious beliefs in England, got on some boats, came over here, found some Indians, and a little bit of freedom. That's why freedom of speech is the first rule in the Bill of Rights and the Constitution. Over generations of struggles and different fights, that rule has been put to the back. Now it's a culture of it's okay to say what you want until somebody don't disagree, and once they do, we need to get rid of your ass. This country ain't gonna survive like that. I say it all the time. In order for us to have a conversation, a discussion, to get to the bottom of a problem, we both have to state what we feel. I don't need you to agree with me all the time. Matter of fact, I don't even want you to agree with me all the time because we'll never come up with a solution for the problem. But one group trying to silence another group is another way just to keep the problem buried, keep it growing, existing, evolving, and we just keep bickering between each other. The people that's in power, they sit back, they laugh, they enjoy it because the divisiveness makes them more money and keeps them in power. And that's just the bottom line. Look here, I don't give a damn what you do behind closed doors. You can kiss a dick, kiss a pussy, kiss a ass. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck who is on. All I ask is you respect my zone. If I don't agree with it, let me be who I'm going to be. Enjoy me for the human being that I am, like I'm going to enjoy you for the human being that you are. We continue to cancel each other out. Where the fuck is the culture left? If we continue to silence what we don't agree with, are we really upholding freedom of speech, a country built off of freedom? No, we're not. We just become a bunch of butthurt, sensitive people that never get anything solved. So to the LGBT and anybody else, whether it's financial, racial, or sexually orientated, the first lesson I think we all need to learn is live and let live. And do understand, everybody's not going to agree with everything you want them to agree with. But if you are a true American, they'll always fight for the right for you to have that opinion. Yeah. And as soon as we start fighting each other to cancel each other's opinion, it's only a matter of time for the rest of the world try to do the same thing. Mm-hmm. That's Red Ranch. Love each other a little bit, respect each other a little bit.
That's a hell of a one, Red.
It might be right. That's this good scotch. I want one tonight, boy.
That's that little nip and shit.
That nip do it every time.
Yeah, every time.
See, I started out drooling on myself.
Right. Need a bib and shit.
Right. Yeah, right.
You know?
All right, y'all. That does it for today's show. We appreciate everyone who tuned in and checked us out.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you again to Jeff Horst. We appreciate you coming on. Check us out next week, same time, same channel, and everything will flow on as you need it to be.
Yeah, make sure you check out Str8 Shoot'n podcast. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Deuces. Thanks again.
We politicking and conversating. We don't miss, we straight shoot. Load it up, keep the aim right, no sideways. We straight shoot. Podcast for the upper class, this dialogue for real. And when the race is on, the events occurring and the crew has no chill. So watch out how you talk to kids. Watch this pretty girl that